Hi, my name is Sarah. I am one of the senior workers for TBUC Camps, and today I'm going to walk you through the application process. So we'll start off. We're going to go through section one, which is your organisation information. It should already be pre-populated, some of it, with your organisation details from the. So as you can see, we're using a demo account today. So we have some youth centre is our name. You just want to check and make sure that the information is correct and that it is pre-populated, that it is coming from your account. So you'll move on down and you will see the camp band and delivery. We need a project title. So the name of your TBUC camps that it's going to be. So for example, this one's the demo camp. And we move down then into your camp band. There are four bands that you can apply for. Band one, your mini camp. Band two, your midi camp. Band three, your grand camp. And band four, your super camp. Today, we're just going to go for our band two, your midi camp, and that is a minimum number of 20 young people, 26 hours minimum face-to-face contact, and up to £7,500 for your funding. If you come down, you'll see your council delivery area. And so, for example, we'll say we are in Belfast City Council today. We'll click on this and in our assembly consistency delivery area, and you will pull the drop down and you will go for Belfast North or whatever applies to you. And we move down into your partnership application. So while you're here at your partnership application, it's going to ask you if you've got any partnerships that you're going to work with, either yes or no. You'll have a drop down box, yes or no. If you don't have any partners and you feel that you can meet the variance and the split through your own organisation, that's completely fine. However, if you are working with someone else and you say yes, it will come down here and it will ask you how many numbers of partners you will have. You can have anything up to 10 partners on it. So today we're just going to go with one, and it drops down. So this part here will match up for how many you've selected. We've only selected one, therefore you're going to fill out the details. So for this demo again, it's an EA youth partner. Their name is Sarah. Registration, statutory, and contact email is Sarah at some youth centre. Again, for the purpose of this as a demo. Then we'll move down. So multiple applications to TBUC Camps programme. This is your merit order ranking and selection process. If you are making more than one application, we have asked you to rank these in order of priority. So over 1, 2, and 3, there's a maximum of 3 applications per lead organisation this year. Keep going down. So are we making more than one application? Today I'm only going to make one. If you were to say yes, it will ask you, and so we'll go into yes, and we'll see that it changes and it ranks this order. So you can come down and put into your drop box, and you can say that this one is either your first, your second, or your third. But for today, we're just going to say no. Mark is complete and move on to your next section. When you've completed that section, you will notice the green circle with the white tick going through. That means everything has been actioned and completed, and you move on to the next section. You can also see on this side of the screen that it will also appear, and it shows you this isn't filled, so we're going to go into that one now in section 2. This is your essential criteria, your governance and policy status. For anyone who is statutory, this won't appear for you. You'll just go into section 3. For registered organisations, you will just need to go in and just complete this form as normal, where you're going to ask for your bank account status. The top one is your bank account remains the same, our bank account has changed since the last time we received funding, or this is the first time that you're applied for EA funding. And if that is so, then you'll have to upload a bank statement as well with your organisation's name and details on the account. So we'll say the bank account remains the same for this. And we move down to child protection and safeguarding policy. And your answer for this will either be your policy remains the same or your policy has changed. And it will be whatever has been from the last time when you registered with your account. Adults at risk of harm policy. Again, drop down box and you tick what applies for you. So your camp will not deliver, or it will deliver to 18 to 25s, and the policy remains the same, or our camp will deliver to 18 to 25-year-old participants, but the policy has since changed. Whatever one it is that you click, if it has changed, you need to upload the remaining supporting document for that. So our camp won't be delivering to 18 to 25s, and we move on to our government document. Again, it remains the same or it has changed. If anything has changed, just please remember to upload your supporting documents alongside that. We're going to go and mark as complete, and you'll see again, we're going to get a green tick, and we move to section 3. And this next part, your essential criteria for partnership working will only appear if you have selected that you are going to be working with a partner. If you haven't, you won't see this. It will disappear for you. But for anybody who has selected one or more partners, then you need to attach your supporting documents to show your partnership support for each one that you have listed. Once you have done that and attached your file, you mark as complete. So the next bit that we're brought to is our proposed program upload. And as you can see here, it gives you a bit of an outline of what's going to be expected of you. The template has changed. It's now going to be an Excel form that you'll be completing. What we're looking for is the outline of your program with the proposed start and end date of your entire program. It has to be a minimum of 6 consecutive weeks as per your application guidance documents. And your proposed start and end date of your camp with a minimum of 2 consecutive days within the camp. Each program session in order as they're going to be delivered, noting your good relations activities. And worth a note here, you should be seeing the good relations through all of your sessions. You're going to confirm if the session includes good relations with a yes or no response. You propose dates of your session, propose venues of your session, and your total face-to-face hours of the specific session. As you're going through this form, and I will show you an example of one that I've made earlier, and at the top corner you'll see that it actually gives you your breakdown of how many sessions you're delivering, how many hours that you're delivering as well. It tallies it up as you're putting in that information. So they should be aware, however, that in the boxes you will see a yellow box appear, and those sections need to be completed before you move on to the next section, and it will not allow you to upload then onto the portal without this. So this is the button you'll press. It will take you to your new Excel form, and I'm just going to bring you up one I made. So when you click on your template button, it will bring you up this. This is the yellow boxes that I was speaking about earlier. And each one has to be completed as you're moving on. So as you click into this, it will then turn into a white box, meaning that you have completed that and you can move on. So this is an example of what we are looking for on your program of activities. You'll put in your title of your camp, your start date of the first day of delivery and the last day of your delivery, and then your start date and your end date of your 2 consecutive days of camp. Here at this side, you'll see that you have, it tallies up as you're going through this, your total weeks of delivery, your total camp days, your total face-to-face hours, and the number of sessions with good relations through it. As you're going through here, this is the level of detail that we are expecting from your program outline, with your inductions right through to everything that you're doing linked in with every session, and of course, good relations being evident the whole way through. You'll put in your dates, you'll put in your venue, and you'll put in how many hours of face-to-face contact work that you'll have with the young people. And this is all tallied up at the top. Take note of the hours that you're getting at the top, because what you will use here is for your next section. Once you've completed your upload and attached your file onto here, you'll just hit. Now we're moved on to section 3, and that's your essential criteria. And this is all about your participants, who's going to be on the camp that you've selected. As you're coming through, you'll see that it's important to note, as far as possible, the number of participants should be relatively equally split between Catholic and Protestant young people. And we know that it can be difficult to achieve a 50-50 split, so we do give a variance of a 60-40 split. The percentage breakdown will be provided for you live as you enter the numbers, so please check this because it is essential that you do not go over the variance. As you can see here, what you've selected at the very start of what camp you were applying for is now here. It's reminding you that this is the camp you've applied for, and we've selected band 2, the MIDI camp. As you move on down your participants age band, I'm going for 24 young people aged 14 to 18. And for the sake of this, we've just said that it's 10 Catholic, 10 Protestant, and 4 others. And as you go through, it will ask you for your ethnic background of those that will be participating. Again, 18 and 6. We move through again, it'll ask us for young people who may be SEND, not attached to youth provision, or excluded from school. So we've just entered 2, 1, and 1. Then down into our leadership and volunteers profile. This year it looks a bit different because we have who are TBUC funded staff and who are not TBUC funded staff and who is our volunteers. As you can see, I've just said we have 2 staff at 26 plus who are TBUC funded and 1 who is volunteers of 18 to 25 years of age. Everything should match up. As you can see, that 3 is there. Everything's pre-populated when you're putting that in. Your program delivery dates then. So again, just going from what we've already uploaded on the tab before. Proposed program start date, 1st of May. Finish date, 20th of October. Our camp start date, the 15th of June. And our camp end date, the 17th of June. And it's given as our total face-to-face hours as 68. We mark as complete and move on to the next bit. So now we're into section 4. This is your application assessment questions. And one thing we will note is that you must pass your essential criteria to be able to be assessed by the panel members. So you need to make sure that you're hitting all of those before you move on to this. Really important to know that we have had a change in our assessment criteria this year, and you'll find all of this in your application guidance. We have given you the matrix and showed you what we're looking to address on each one. Top tip, read from the bottom up. Think of it as a foundations to your house. The meet requirements is where you want to be starting and building on that each time. Also note that in any question, you only have 4 questions, and that's all the assessment panel will be seeing. Please complete these to the most of your knowledge. The panel does not know about your community background. They don't know who it is that you're working with. They have no idea. So please include these in all of the questions that you're doing and really set the scene for the assessment panel. If on any of the 4 questions that you fail to address one, then it will not be funded, unfortunately. So go down, top tip again, print this out, have it with you as you are completing this so you know that you're filling in these bullet points and you're getting all the knowledge and answers that we need to have here. So your first question will be on recruitment. Your second question on sustained contact and friendships. Third question, better understanding and respect for cultural differences. And your 4th, positive attitudinal change for those from different backgrounds. You have a 500-word max for all of the questions this time. And once you have completed those, mark is complete. So now we move on to section 5. This is our budget heading. As you're coming through this, it will give you again for each band how much is the maximum amount that can be awarded. And again, the camp we selected was band 2, so it's a wee reminder again that it's 7,500. And what we will say is submissions in excess of this amount will not be considered for assessment. Please do not ask for over and above what is already has been awarded for this. And it'll just ask you for your 2 headings, salary costs and your program costs, and then you just complete it. For this demo, 550 towards salaries and 6,950 towards the program. It'll give me that the total budget entered is the maximum amount for this award, and I just hit mark as complete. And now we're on to our final section, section 6, and this is your declaration. As you're going through, you will see that there are a few paragraphs that require a confirmation of compliance, and you'll just move the whole way through from camp monitoring visits to budget monitoring rounds and into baseline evaluations and risk assessments. That is, I confirm that should we be successful, we will comply. And that's just the whole way down. Make sure and read these and that you understand what it is that we're asking for. And we go right down to the bottom under your declaration, and we ask for the signature then of who's applying, your signature for your office bearer and the signature details for everyone else. Signatures here and here, and mark is complete. So now that you've completed the main body of the application, you'll see over at this section here, everything should be ticked with the green circle and the white tick, and it should say 8 of 8 tasks complete, and you have a submit button or a review button. If you're happy to go ahead, you've reviewed it all and you're happy with your answers and you're ready to go, you hit submit and off it goes. Please confirm submission of your application, submit or review again, and if you hit submit, it goes through. You should get an email within 1 hour of completing that. If you don't, please get in contact with tbuc@eani.org.uk and we'll check out if something has went wrong. Thanks.